So the reason I like to use non-loin cuts of meat is generally because we grew up with non-loin cuts. I probably didn't have loin cuts till I was an adult. The other reason being is, again, we believe that you shouldn't actually waste any part of the animal as well. We do have a few different offal dishes, things like tongue, brains, that we also use in Middle Eastern cooking, which is quite popular. So, and they're often the forgotten cuts of meat that people don't really consider using because they're so used to using a loin cut as opposed to a non-loin cut. So I've got a lamb knuckle, and it's been rolled and stuffed with fiki, which is a flame grilled wheat, some dried mulberries, and some chopped pistachios. I think the good thing about non-loin cuts, like I loved working with the knuckle because, you could pretty much put any flavour to it and it carries it quite well in the dish. So, often we have, you have people having a lamb loin cut, and that tends to be, it has to be a particular type of flavour. It tends to be quite savoury, and whereas I find with things like the lamb knuckle, I actually gave it like a sweeter flavour, and it's taken on that flavour really quite beautifully, and it's still, a beautiful moist meat, really soft, falls apart, but is still quite hearty and satisfying in that way. So this is actually a taro mash. I find that taro mash is a really, taro in general is one of those forgotten vegetables. A lot of people tend to kind of just associate it with the Pacific Islanders often, but we do use it in Middle Eastern cooking. Very, very old traditional vegetable that's been used. With the lamb knuckle, I've just sliced that basically to serve. You don't even really need to slice it. It falls apart quite easily. So this is the actual liquid that was used to cook the lamb knuckle. So it's basically grape molasses that we make here at the restaurant, red wine and some lamb stock. Because chefs are probably a lot more aware now with the non-loin cuts and how to kind of work with them, there tends to be a little bit more confidence in working with them. So, once you always trial dishes anyway, so before you put them on your menu. So you then know, this works, this doesn't work, it's going to take this amount of cooking time, etc. And then you can pass on those tips to your customers, that you come across as well.
So if you think that you have an amazing recipe that can rival what Sharon's just done for us here, please enter our National Masterpieces competition. Go to our website, www.raremedium.com.au/competition, and enter either using lamb knuckle, lamb 4/4 rack, beef oyster blade, or beef chuck roll. Enter the competition to win the most amazing prize, which is a 7-day food trip to the US next April, where you will get to see the most incredible food, meet some fantastic chefs, and learn about global food trends.